Welcome back, I'm Gareth Edwards. If you're a motorist who consumes alcohol, I recommend you listen to this interview. Government is planning to implement a total ban on alcohol consumption for drivers. An interministerial committee on alcohol and substance abuse has approached Cabinet to present a case for zero tolerance of alcohol on the roads. But the Automobile Association, the AA if you prefer, doesn't believe banning alcohol together for drivers is practical. Well, let's put that question to the spokesperson of the organisation, Mr. Gary Ronald. And Gary, good of you to come in, as always, to talk to us. Two biggest killers in South Africa, speed and alcohol. They say no alcohol for drivers. You don't quite agree.
Well, I think if we were in a utopian world, a zero rating for us would be the absolute end goal. But under the current system, and certainly for the next couple of years at least, while we fix the problems, we don't believe that this is actually where the focus needs to be. We agree that with the new proposed category of driver's license, the provisional license for novice drivers, that should be zero rated because that's something new and there's no problem with that. But the issue that we have is that already motorists are being arrested, allegedly for driving under the influence. Their cases go to court. They spend sometimes up to 2 years waiting for the blood alcohol results to come back from the state labs. And in the meantime, the attorneys just get the cases withdrawn or thrown out of court based on the constitutional right of their clients for a quick and speedy and fair trial.
But many of those cases, Gary, are because there's a dispute over the level of alcohol
Correct.
in a person's blood. You agree? So the argument put forward is that there is no alcohol allowed for a driver at all. There won't be any alcohol in a blood driver's test. Therefore, there's no dispute.
Correct. But the issue is that we know that alcohol certainly does play a role in a large number of crashes and obviously a large number of fatalities as well. But we also believe that until we actually get to the point where we effect a behavioral change in society on the unacceptability of driving while under the influence, you have to look at what the alternatives are for the driver. So we're not going to stop the culture of drinking, that's for sure. But if somebody does want to go out and have a meeting, a party, whatever, they either have to abstain. Well, South Africans don't like to do that anyway. And secondly, if they do drink, then they decide to leave their car at home. There is no real public transport system. The alternatives through the couple of businesses that have come around that do offer a service to get you home is not countrywide. So we have to look at outside of Johannesburg, Cape Town, where these services are offered, and look at it from a practical point of view.
But surely you and I have spoken many times about, and unfortunately it's always over Easter, it's over Christmas, it's over the holiday periods where the death toll is always a big talking point. And I put this to you before, that line in the sand where South Africans go, enough is enough. Is a total ban on drinking not the way to at least get that going, or are you not putting the cart before the horse?
I think the ministerial committee is actually putting the cart in front of the horse right now, quite honestly. As I said, in a utopian world, we would actually want a zero rating, make no mistake. We believe that would be the best thing. But from a practical enforcement point of view, they're getting it through the courts, etc., I don't think we can actually do it. Just the practicalities of it, to say, you know, we could actually get to a situation where a lot of people will be arrested unlawfully, simply because they might have had a beer, and the beer's out of their system, but they still smell it. The officers will just arrest without testing, and then you sit with another issue, and that's a concern from the police themselves.
Right, so it's the implementation, the managing of it.
Yes.
Gary, I'm sure we can talk a lot more on this.
Sure.
I just want to get your thoughts on this. Always a pleasure to have you, and thank you. Automobile Association spokesperson Gary Ronald. Watch this story. It's going to go big over the next few weeks.
News that moves. eNCA.com.